Qupid. Every Saturday night, you can be a guest, answer relationship and love questions, give insight and tips to better understand love and relationships. Like I said before, this is season 8. This is episode 5. Yeah, episode 5. Yeah, we about to dive in. If you don't know your love language, you can go ahead and send me a hi. You can write it in the comments, and Queen B will write your name down, and I'll send you that love language quiz where you get to find out what's your primary, what are love language that people can help them understand how do you accept love. So if you don't know your love languages, the quiz it'll tell you so much. It take about 5 to 10 minutes. Go with your first mind, never your second mind, because your first mind is always right. But if you don't know them, they're quality time, words of affirmation, act of service, receiving gifts, and last but not least, physical touch. Um, we're gonna have a great show. We're gonna have a wonderful show. We're back. You know, we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna learn so much about the word that we're talking about tonight. It's that the theme of the show this season is alphabets of love, and we're breaking down every letter of the alphabet, starting to A, ending at Z. Every episode is going to be something different. It's going to be amazing. We're going to break down each letter of what word we select, and we're gonna have a good time. But last but not least, I want to say this: please keep your language clean and your hearts open, because this is Dear Cupid. So before we bring up, these wonderful ladies, I just want to say, I appreciate y'all. Y'all have been sticking with me for a while now, and we just keep on going. So I want to say thank y'all. So we're gonna bring up the lovely co-host we got here tonight. She be in and out, and I be like, I'm about to find her because she can't be missing work like this. So bring it up to the platform, bring it up to the show. We got the wonderful Virgo vibes. Since she want to change her name to the Virgos, and because it's her birthday and all, but I let her slide this time. So we got Virgo vibes in the box, also known as Queen B. Um, Let them know what you got going on the app, and how can they catch you live and all that good, amazing stuff.
First of all, I have vacation time.
You have what?
I have vacation time. First of all,
I don't know. You gotta talk. I gotta talk to human resources for that one.
human resource.
Yeah,
Oh,
I gotta see
excuse me.
I gotta see how much time you to put in. I don't think you put enough time.
That's messed up.
All right.
But yeah, Anyway, what's going on, everybody? I'm Queen Bee Vibes, but I'm Virgo Vibes for the Virgo season right now to my birthday. 9/17. But anyway, I haven't been streaming on the app much lately. I'm trying to get back into the groove of things, but I'm gonna try to start streaming back again Monday through Friday after 8 p.m. Eastern time. More than likely, I'm gonna be streaming randomly on the weekends, but other than that, just catch me when you can. I'm all around these tag streets, but you'll mainly see me here in Cupid Stream. Catch a vibe.
Y'all heard she said, "Come catch a vibe. Come, come chill, hang out with her." She is the acting secretary over here at OK Movement, and OK Productions. Yeah. Y'all make sure you hit it with a fave, and we also have a special guest tonight. Can you please request the box that special guest, please?
Drum roll, please.
Because they was in the box. I don't know what happened.
That was my drum roll.
Okay, there we go. All right. So punctuality is key. All right. So without further ado, we're bringing up to the stage our guest. She's, you know, not a stranger to most of us, but she's a stranger to the platform right now, you know, to the stream. But she's also a fruit. She's not an orange. She's not a pineapple. She's a kiwi.
Oh my god.
I definitely started playing as soon as he said that. Also, I was on time for some reason. It said I was waiting for the box, so I'm also in here
Well,
twice. So
you what?
I'm also in here twice.
Okay, so Kiwi, let the people know when you stream, when they can catch you streaming, what you do in your live, and all that good stuff. You know, advertise yourself, promote yourself, get your people to know you.
Like you said, my name is Kiwi, the best fruit, obviously. I normally stream in the morning. Sometimes at night. Lately, I used to stream all day, pretty much. But you know, I don't really have a streaming time. Normally in my stream, I'm asking people relationship questions, life questions. I actually really like picking people's brains. Um, so yeah, mostly I'm starting drama in my life. You know, making people playing devil's advocate in other people's lives too. Kirby can tell you that. Yeah, that's about it. I do stream every day, South Avery.
I'm here for
All
it.
right. Yeah, yeah. She's like, yeah. Y'all make sure y'all fade Kiwi. You know, the OK movement one, not the other one. Make sure you fave Virgo vibes, the OK one, not the other one. You know. Like I said, man, I want to welcome everybody to Dear Cupid every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where you could be a guest, answer relationship and love questions, give insight and tips to better understand love and relationships. But like I said, this is Alphabet of Love. This is where we're trying to break down a letter that we choose a word for, and we're trying to figure out what that word is. So tonight's word, tonight's letter is E. Can somebody throw some words out there in the comments that we can possibly talk about tonight? Can anybody in the comments? If you're in here, if you got a word that start with E, put it in the comments. We're gonna see if that's the word for the night.
Yeah, because that one was a little tricky. I can't wait till we get to X.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if anybody has some other words. Okay, so you just gonna throw it out there. So that was the first one that came to your head. That was the first one that came to your head. So nobody told you that, you know, that was the first word that came to your head. So you wasn't even, you know, you wasn't thinking about like eating, arrangements. No, that's not an A.
Entanglement, maybe.
Entangle. Ooh.
Exit.
Wow.
Everybody.
Everlasting. Woo.
Everlasting. Hello.
Ooh.
Okay.
Exception.
Right.
Exception.
There's two
Boy,
of them.
where was all of this?
Where was this when we was asking questions last week?
First of all, you just gotta ask.
Your excuses are not accepted at the moment.
How is that an excuse?
See what that help? Exuberance.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Okay, we're gonna get into the word excitement. Oh wow, that would have been a nice one. That would have been a nice one. Excitement. I'm always excited. 72 times a day. um,
I can't do this.
Esteem. So we're esteeming to ourselves, or is it to everyone else? Enduring. Okay, enduring. That's a nice one too. Okay, is it only the troll that's up in here, or is it anybody else? Because I'm trying to figure out. We got 61 people in here, and only one person comments. Oh, esteem to your partner. Okay, all right, all right. So again, words oh my God, alphabets that start with E. We're gonna, that word that we're gonna choose tonight, Queen B. Go ahead and let them know.
Well, our word for this week is emotion.
I don't think nobody
Emotional.
heard it in the back.
It's emotion.
I think I couldn't hear an echo. You didn't say it loud enough.
Our word for this week is emotion.
Motion. Oh, there it is. Okay, all right.
But that's a good one, Tro. Good one. Good job. You gave us a lot of good words that I have no idea where they were at the time we were trying
Yo,
to figure out.
where was your antennas when we needed these words? Where
On
was your
cloud
antennas?
nine.
You was
Cloud nine.
trolling. You was too busy trolling. You couldn't come over here with your antennas and say something.
That ain't your fault.
Yeah. But
It's
all
you.
right.
Because aren't you the
So
host?
tonight we're gonna tackle the E word, emotion. And we're going to incorporate it into the relationships that we have with the person that we're with, or it can just be in everyday life. But we're going to break it down from definition to examples to just understanding it even more, because a lot of people don't know what emotion truly means. They
Mhm.
they substitute it for feeling, but it's actually emotion. But I don't want to jump into what we were supposed to be talking about. So Queen B, go ahead and give us that first definition of what you think emotion is in a relationship.
Okay, so my definition of emotion was distinctive actions and reactions that stem from a person's mood or feelings that are directed toward a person, place, thing, or an event. So emotions can also be like a form of communication when you're trying to get in tune with your partner's feelings.
Interesting. Hmm.
Mhm.
Kiwi, what about you?
Well, I kind of don't like what you said about like emotion and feelings being separate because I feel like they are one and the same. Because my definition kind of wrapped up around that, like your emotions dictate your feelings, how you feel about something. Um, just kind of like just your emotions basically rationalize your feelings. Done. I didn't really like realize how hard it is to really figure out the definition of a word until I looked up the word emotions. So yeah, I wasn't really prepared for that one. But yeah.
You weren't ready.
No, I was
Oh,
ready, but then like I realized like she kind of said my idea. So
oh, she did. Oh, that's why it's called studying.
oh yeah, I would have been a little bit, more prepared if,
Oh, you weren't
mm.
prepared. Okay, so you
I
ain't
try
bring your
not to use
tools.
the Webster's dictionary
So
definition
so
this
you
week.
ain't bring your tools to your job to get it fixed and worked on, right?
I did actually. Oops, sorry, I'm gonna shut my baby. Yes, I did actually.
Okay, let's go ahead with Cupid's definition of emotion in a relationship. An
This gonna
emotional
be good.
connection, an emotional connection is a feeling of alignment and intimacy between two people that goes beyond just physical attraction, having fun together, surface level conversation, or even intellectual similarities. Instead, it feels like you're connected to a deeper soul level and feel secure connecting deeply. So that is more of like the emotional connection in a relationship. So that's my definition.
Good one.
Go clap.
Huh?
Said golf clap.
I'm
Cause
just
look at
saying,
him
like,
preaching to us. I was ready for the sermon.
oh, you was ready, but I'm just saying, like, emotion it drives a relationship. So it's between
Mhm.
two people.
Mhm.
Um, it's basically like you said, it's a feeling of alignment and intimacy between two people. That's the emotional connection in a relationship. So emotion, same thing. Um, Having fun together, surface level conversations. It ain't gotta be broad, just little small conversations. Um, Even intellectual similarities, like things that intrigue both our minds. Like it don't have to be something. Oh, I like science. You go all in deep conversation with atoms, and you lost me at atoms. You done lost me. But I'm just saying, like things that intrigue the mind. A lot of people don't understand that when you actually have a great conversation with the person that you're in a relationship with, it heightens their emotions towards you. They be like, "Oh my God, you're feeding into my brain and not just my body." Once that's the big part of being in a relationship. It's not just about the physical; it's also about the emotion.
Mhm. That feeling the energy.
Yes, you got to feel the energy. You got to be
Mhm.
like a lot of people say, like when when they want to talk or engage with someone, it's not about being sexual. They like to be a little sapiosexual because it intrigues
Mhm.
their mind to the point where it open up more doors because your mindset is different. Anybody up in here is sapio? Raise your hand. You
Is it
like
possible to
someone
be
to,
part Scipio? Because I do love someone who can intrigue my mind with a great conversation. It
mm,
it can be somebody who's experienced stuff. Like it's a guy that I know who took a trip to Ghana, and everything that he was talking about, I was just like, oh my goodness, I'm just so interested. And then the as much knowledge as he had, with those experiences going to college and things like that. Those are things that I have experienced. So it was just good to like hear it, and it was just giving me all the feels because I'm thinking in my head, oh, I can do this, or maybe I can go ahead and experience. It's just that energy, that intellect that he had.
There is actually a word for
oh,
that, and it is a demisexual.
It's what
A demisexual.
is it? Oh, gotta go with it.
look at that. There you go, a demisexual.
I'm writing that down. I didn't know what it was with that. See, learn
Can
something
you
new every
spell it for
day.
us, Kiwi?
DEMI and then sexual.
Okay.
That's
Just
what I
making
figured.
sure.
That's exactly what I wrote too.
Yes,
Just making sure for the people in the
um
back. For the people in the back.
Hmm.
They can't.
it is a sexual orientation in which an individual does not experience primary sexual attraction, the type of attraction that is based on immediately observable characteristics such as appearance or smell and is experienced immediately after the first encounter.
Mm.
Mm. Oh, so you had
Okay.
smells. So you had smells, Queen Bee. So you smell like Ghana. Okay. Okay. All right. I love a good conversation that bring you to think about life and yourself in a different way. Yeah.
Hmm.
Actually hearing someone else, speak on things that you would like to do, it opens your eyes up that it could be a possibility for you. Um,
Hmm.
Emotional attachment, emotional connection. Because if you find someone that has goals, someone that has something that they have a drive for, it motivates you in the relationship. If you in a relationship that someone that doesn't have emotion toward anything that they want out of this relationship is not going anywhere. Is We're stuck in a rut and nowhere to go. Hello,
Hmm.
Kiwi. Can you elaborate more on what I just said? Like, I know you want to say something.
I didn't say it.
I know
um
you've been saying it. I know you've been saying it. That's why I said you want to say it.
well, I can definitely say that I'm not the master of my emotions, and I learned that a long time ago.
Hmm.
The reason how I learned is I just have like a trial childhood trauma
Hmm.
in the form of emotional neglect. So it's kind of hard for me to like express my emotions
Yeah.
to another person. I try to like keep that away from my child. I try to be as outwardly expressive as I can with my kids. But when it comes to a partner, it is kind of harder for me to be emotional. I kind of like stop myself, or I overthink, and then I like, bottle it up and then blurt it out all at one time. So I do have issues with my emotional state. Not my emotional state, but like expressing myself emotionally. So
Mm.
I don't really have anything negative to say.
That's great. Hey,
Yeah.
look, as long as long as long
Yeah.
as you as long as you can
I
come
said yeah.
out and be as long as you can come out and be honest about your emotions
Mhm.
and how do you're trying to make it better and trying to work on it. That's the first step. As long as you can actually
Mhm.
speak on it and talk, that's the first step. Everybody can, I don't care what nobody says. A lot of people, when it comes down to emotions, a lot of people do not like to share their emotions. They don't like to show their emotions. Some people show their emotions and they say they don't show emotion, but you can read someone's face so well by how their facial expression is. That's an emotion. Like, so look at that. Look at that. Like everybody making emotions right now. Cause look at Queen B like
No, I'm just saying, like, I really, well, I wasn't saying it, but I commend and respect that about you, though, Kiwi, because not a lot of people can just say, well, hey, I have a problem with expressing my emotions in this way, form, or fashion. And just admitting it, like Cupid said, is the first step. So, I mean, I know
and
that's something that's probably not easy for somebody to deal with. But I did
and
want
the
to, like,
crazy
oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was saying, and the craziest thing about emotions in a relationship, you get into a relationship and you hide your emotions toward the person. You say you love them, you say you care about them, you say that you want to open up, but when you get into a relationship or try to share things with that person, you're hiding them. You're not being your true self. Most men don't share their emotions because they're scared to get hurt in the relationship by the woman that's going to see them less of a man when they show their emotions. If we're crying, if we're, bleeding our heart out to confess our love to you, or we're trying to tell you that we're hurting on the inside, but we're trying to fix the things that we did in the past, but you don't accept us for actually telling you, instead of, a lot of people are not emotionally mature enough to handle a whole other truth. But that's where you have to sit down and talk to each other. If you can't communicate and talk to each other, that's the first thing, communication. Understanding
I'm gonna
Mhm.
play
someone's emotions,
devil.
you have to communicate. You have
I'm gonna
to.
play devil's advocate
And
for like a second.
I bet you is. But like I
So
said,
it's
this is
not.
Dear Cupid. Hold on. This is Dear Cupid every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where you could be a guest, answer relationship and love questions, give insight and tips to better understand love and relationships. We got Kiwi in the box playing devil's advocate, and we got Queen B in the box as well. She's the co-host, and she already say that she's gonna be off next week, but we gonna fix that. Uh huh. You're gonna come back, be fired. But back to I was saying, oh,
Oh,
I'm
my
sorry.
off day. That's crazy.
You
Okay.
weren't even stealing boxes. That's crazy.
All right. Uh Kiwi, go with what you was about to say. We finna jump into the Dear Cupid, the Ask Cupid segment. Right
So
after you finish.
what Nikki was saying, a lot of people aren't emotionally mature enough to handle or hold others' emotions. I find it the opposite. We're not able to hold or handle our own emotions, but we can hold other people's emotions. We know how to handle a person when they are crying. We know how to handle a person when they're angry. But when it comes to ourselves, we don't know how to put our emotions out there for a person to accept, if that makes sense.
Mm.
Um, for example, if you're dating a person and you find yourself questioning certain things that you do or you're holding back, that is emotional instability. Like, you don't want them to see you in a bad light, so you stop yourself from feeling things. You stop yourself from crying when you want to cry.
Really?
I don't know, because I feel like I handle other people in a mature way. A lot of people come to me when they're feeling sad, but the problem is I don't go to anyone when I'm feeling sad. There are some people who, yeah, there are some people who cannot comprehend being, you know, like there. I have a friend who, if you tell them anything, they find a way to laugh at you, and it's kind of like that's insensitive. And now I know not to come to you, and things like that kind of make you a little bit more emotionally unstable, a little bit more closed off. Yeah. So there's some truth and some untruth to that.
Yeah. All right. We done broke that down. We're gonna elaborate more on that. But this is the Ask Cupid segment in the middle of the show where you get to ask me, Cupid, a question, a situation, anything that you have on your mind that you want to bring to the stream and want to ask. Make sure you put Dear Cupid with a Q, not a C. I'm telling you, put a C. I'm gonna just pass it up like I didn't see. But so if you have a question, put it in the comments. People on the panel, Queen Bee, Kiwi, if you have a question that you want to ask, or anybody want to ask a specific question to anyone on the panel, you can also say that as well. So let's go.
Before we start, I believe that is because of rise of selfishness, not because of emotional immaturity. Okay.
Oh, you
Anybody have a
to
question?
What Nikki said?
To what she said, yeah.
Okay, because I'm responding to. If nobody had a question, Kiwi, do you have one before I ask mine?
Not really. Oh yeah. So do you guys so actually someone was telling me the difference between childhood trauma and relationship trauma. Do you feel like more people have relationship trauma than they do childhood trauma as far as like getting into new relationships?
Go ahead, Q.
So the first thing you didn't do was put Dear Cupid in the middle of it, or the beginning of it.
Dear Cupid, do you feel like people have more relationship trauma or childhood trauma in relationships? Do they carry that more so in their relationships?
I would say more childhood trauma. Because to be honest with you, I had a lot of childhood traumas of being neglected. Me growing up, rest in peace to my dad. My dad passed away 2 weeks ago, and when I was growing up, my dad neglected me. He would always say he was come and get me. That's why quality time is my love language, because I feed for it. I fiend for it. Like I want it because I didn't get it when I was growing up. So when I finally get someone to be around me, I can't get enough of it. Like I want it. So my emotions toward quality time, and people say I'm clingy. It's not me being clingy. It's just the things that happened to me when I was a child, and I'm working on that to make it better, because it comes off as clinginess, but it's not. It's just me feeling neglected on. I'm being alone. I'm being taken advantage of. I'm not worth that person's time. That's why quality time is my love language and how my emotions are now. But I fixed it. I'm better now because I actually understand it. So it's just how you take it. It takes a little while to get over your emotional damaging from childhood, then dealing with emotional damage like coming up as an adult, dealing with certain things. But I'm saying childhood trauma is the worst, because you have to bring it up and no one is helping you, and you have to figure it out for yourself the whole time. And you're not talking to nobody because you don't want nobody to look down on you, or they'll say, oh, why are you still dealing with that? You was a child back then. You're an adult now. You have to move on and grow from it. But it's so hard because you craved it. You was looking for it back then, and now it's like you miss that love from a person that you really cared about. And when you get to a relationship, you look for it in the person that you're trying to be with, but you're not getting it at all. And it's like they're telling you, I'm trying, but you want so much from me. It's not that I want so much from you. I want it because I missed it growing up, and I'm looking for it now. Yeah. So that's how I feel. And I just came out on my emotions because I don't tell everybody about things like that because I've dealt with it for so long. And I finally came out to one of my friends about it. And she actually broke it down to me more. And it actually helped me get over it a little bit. I'm still dealing with it, but
Mm,
everybody has their own emotional battles that they have to go through. So
mm. Um, so, Kiwi, when you asked that question, were you asking, just to clarify, were you asking like, which one is like majority? Which one do you suffer from more? Would it be childhood trauma, relationship trauma, or were you asking like which one was more like damaging in
I
a
guess
sense?
which one would be more the self? Which one you feel like you
I
suffer
say
from?
I say
Oh, that
childhood.
I would suffer from individually. Oh, me? Honestly, it's a little bit of both for me because I had issues as a child, but not like others, like with neglect or anything. It was more so how love was shown to me and that I witnessed. And just because I tried to bypass that growing up, but I kept seeing so much more of it. Then when it finally actually happened to me, I started dwelling on it. So it was a little bit of both for me, but I'm working on it currently. The only problem that I'm having is actually the forgiveness part and letting things go because the person or individual that showed that certain love to me or what I was shown, they're no longer there. So I was never able to get like clarity or closure. So it's like, how do I move on from it?
Hmm. I think everybody has their own opinion on which one is more damaging or um, more appealing to hurt them the most. It depends on how you was raised up or what situation in your relationship with a person is more damaging. So everybody has their own opinion. So that's what I think. I say that too as well. So it's 50-50. I say it's a 50-50. It goes both ways. It depends on what you went through. Dear
But I
Cupid, do
do.
your uh,
Wait.
yeah.
Nikki had a question. She just didn't put Dear Cupid in front of it. I didn't want to pass hers up. So I wanted to ask too. So hers was Dear Cupid. Do you think selfishness is an emotion?
we break it down. We break it down for you. Okay, emotional attachment may seem like love, but it's more different. The biggest difference is basically you identify that love is selfish and emotional attachment is selfish. So emotion is selfless. So self is not necessarily bad, but it's stated that you're in a relationship to get your inner needs met. It's not selfishness. It's kind of selfish though. Yeah. So you don't want to be selfish to the person that you're with. You gotta show emotions to both sides, and both sides have to get what they're feeding for out of the relationship. Like I just finished saying, I out of the relationship for the emotional side, I want quality time. I want you to give me that attention, give me that assurance that you're gonna be there. For you, it might be something totally different. It might be the love that you want out of it. Like Queen B, with she wants clarity out of the situation that she's dealing with in a relationship that she had. So that'll be her, emotional selfishness. So, but she's not gonna be selfish because she wants the person to actually understand that what she wants and what they want. That would be
I'd
How
say
you feel
to
about it?
I'd say to answer that question, selfishness itself isn't an emotion, but to
no,
deal with your emotions can be selfish because
yeah,
you it could be both selfish and unselfish because sometimes you could be overly emotional and you have to hold back a little bit because not many people are, like you said, emotionally mature enough to handle an overly emotional person. But it can also be selfish because if I want to express myself to you, I'm going to try to do so selfishly because like I care about you. I love you. And if I care about you and love you, I want to express myself and show you these things. So yeah, I feel like it could be kind of both, but not necessarily an emotion.
mm,
Mm.
okay.
Okay.
All right, so that was the Ask Cupid segment. Hold on, but I think, yeah. So,
Joel
dear
had a
Cupid,
question.
yeah. Do you think? Hold on, dear Cupid, do your feelings feel out of control and unmanageable at times, and how do you overcome? Um, I wouldn't say my feelings become unmanageable. Um, I do have times where I do get deep in thought and my feelings get the best of me, but everybody has that moment where they just need to be just secluded and just step away for a minute. Um, it's not more of out of control or not being too aggressive. And how do I get over it? Is just you just gotta have time to yourself. Like you have to love yourself before you can love someone else. So you gotta figure out self first. Your feelings is dealing with yourself. So once you then conquered yourself, if anything, everything else is possible. Like what we were talking about, Kiwi. The
Hmm?
first what we were talking about. The first thing you gotta do is worry about yourself. Then everything else is gonna fall in line.
Only place.
You have to work with yourself first. You can't worry about nobody else.
That
Get
makes
yourself
sense.
situated. Get yourself situated. Your feelings is your feelings. Once you get into a relationship, yes, that's when you both tackle your feelings together. But first, before you even get in a relationship, you tackle them by yourself and make sure that when you get in a relationship, it's not going to damage that relationship. It's not going to separate you out of the relationship. It's not going to tear the relationship apart because you're so infatuated with what's going on in your head or your feelings that you're neglecting the time with your partner or you are bashing at them. Your feelings are coming out as aggressive because you're steady trying to show them something, but it's like you're not controlling them in the right aspect of the relationship. So that's why you have to work on self first. So it's manageable. You can overcome. It's manageable, but you just got to work with self first. A lot of people
Mm.
rush into a relationship and say, "Oh, I'm ready," but you just finished being damaged by somebody that cheated on you, hurt you, neglected you, and your feelings are not healed yet. You have to work on yourself first. You have to feel whatever you just finished dealing with. You have to sit down and analyze everything that just happened. Dear Cupid and panel, do you know anyone your age with an emotional, healthy relationship? To tell you the truth, is no one fully has a full healthy relationship. There's times that you're gonna have a emotional battle, you're gonna have a physical battle, but it doesn't have to get to the point where it's unhealthy. I would say it would be a up and down relationship because no relationship is perfect. So like I say, I talk to my cousin all the time, or I talk to someone that's married, and I don't
Mm.
like to talk to no one in a relationship far as boyfriend and girlfriend. I want to talk to somebody that's married, somebody that's been there for years, pushing. They're gonna tell you about, hey, this is what's this is basically the things that possibly could happen. This is the things that if you do the things right and make everything comfortable for both sides, this is gonna be a good thing that can help make it a healthy relationship. But you're gonna have your moments where it's not gonna be perfect. But that's where you got to stand up on both sides. It's not just one side.
I do believe in actually that people can have an emotionally healthy relationship regardless of their differences and regardless of their disagreements. Because if you can express your anger to your partner, that is healthy. Regardless of if it's at them or something else, it's still healthy. Being able to express yourself openly and freely is healthy. So I can say I've known two relationships like that. My great grandfather and my stepdad's grandmother and his spouse.
She
Same
said
question.
our age.
Oh yeah, no. Well, no. I don't know. I don't have. I don't. I travel too much. I don't really know a lot of people my own age.
I
Unfortunately,
don't know nobody my age that has a healthy relationship.
I really gotta think about it.
Like every person that I talk, my people that I'm cool with, they be like, man, my girl get on my nerves. man, my man do this. Yeah. I don't know nobody with a healthy relationship. They always got something to say about their spouse. And it's like, why are you telling me this? That's not healthy. You telling somebody outside of your relationship.
I mean, isn't that what you do with a therapist?
That's a therapist. I'm not your therapist. I'm just saying, like, you can talk, like, you're not supposed to tell somebody about the internal things in a relationship that's in home. That's like I always tell people, when you're in a relationship, you're not supposed to tell a stranger, oh man, my girl, she don't want to do this, and this, or my man ain't doing this. He don't know how to, take care of business. And you're not supposed to do that because
Actually, actually, it's better to tell a stranger than a person you know.
I'd rather go talk to my spouse one on one and trying to figure it out together and trying to go and talk to a friend or a family member that is basically gonna bash the person I'm with. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why it's two in a relationship. That's where you have to come together as one and understand each other's emotions and feelings. Because if you can't talk to that person and figure it out together, why go outside of the relationship? That's like I said. The house is the house. Don't go outside and talk to the tree.
I don't know. I'm kind of feeling Kiwi on this one. I feel like if
Nah.
you want to go outside of the relationship and tell somebody a therapist would be that one. They're a complete stranger. They're paid to
The
actually help you
therapist,
get
yes.
to the
I
root of
I
those
I
things.
do the
And
For
it's like,
therapist.
me,
I do the
okay,
therapist.
so there was
I'm saying
actually a study
a
from,
person like a actual person that you like
yeah,
know
okay.
like
So, well, yeah, I wouldn't say tell anybody that you know, but there was actually a study showing that people feel more comfortable talking to a complete stranger than talking to a person that they know about
yeah,
their
you can talk
struggles
to
at
a
home.
stranger, that like a stranger, but I'm talking about somebody like your friend, your cousin, your girl mama, your girl dad, like your boyfriend,
Bro,
like boyfriend uncle, huh?
the worst person to tell is your cousin.
That's what I'm
Cousins
saying.
are the worst, bro. Cousins are the worst.
agree. I thought she ain't
Your cousin be wanting to your cousin be wanting to beat him up then.
No, your cousin preys on your downfall. Never tell your cousin anything.
Damn, must be your cousin. My cousin actually tried to help me. I don't know.
Trust, like everybody has that cousin that preys on their downfall.
All right, y'all. Y'all just tuning in, man. This is Dear Cupid every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where you could be a guest, answer relationship and love questions, give insight and tips to better understand love and relationships. This is season 8, episode 5, letter E, emotional. And we got Queen B in the vibe, also known as the Virgo in the box. And then we got Kiwi. She's not an orange, she's not a strawberry, she's a kiwi. Um, she says she's the best fruit in the whole wide world, and I'm trying to figure out why.
That's
Um,
mango.
crazy.
Mango.
I find it weird to talk to anyone about my spouse. Yeah, it's weird. I can't do it. Like when I did it, it was bad because they like when you go outside of your relationship and talk to someone, they're gonna give you what they think is the right thing. Like they say, "Oh, I've been through this," or "I've I've experienced this." But even though you experienced it, it may not be the same exact thing that you're dealing with. They can give you the blueprint, but guess what? If you go and do the same thing that they did, that they're trying to tell you not to do, and you go and do it, then now you didn't fail both times. That person done failed, and you didn't fail too. So why not talk to the person and figure out the solution instead of trying to find outside solution from someone that made a mistake the first time? Nah, that's my opinion.
Mm.
I'll pass.
Yeah, I only listen to R&B and jazz,
Anything
but like,
pre 90s, any 90s stuff. That's
but I'm just saying, because I've done that. Like I actually went and talked to somebody about a situation. They gave me like, oh, this is what you should do, this, that, and the other. I did it, and I got chewed out, and she broke up with me. Like, and it's the exact same thing. Oh man, she wasn't with you, for she wasn't for you for the get go. Then all of a sudden, that's the ones that be like, Mom, man, I ain't trying to holler at your girl, man. I ain't. See, that's the problem right there. Don't go and talk to somebody that got something behind your back and be like, oh, that's the one you gotta look out for.
Of course, everybody know that's the thing that you're not supposed to do at all because nobody else is gonna know your partner like you.
Facts.
Nobody. Their
But the
love
crazy
language is
thing is,
gonna
you
be
go and
different
ask.
from your person. All of that. You can't seek advice or like that. Nope.
But you always go and ask somebody outside and be like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. She doing this or he doing this. What can I do? If somebody tell you you should just go ahead and just stop and just forget about it, don't do it. If somebody tell you sit down with them and talk to them, and if they can actually understand your point of view and y'all can come to a conclusion, then it might can work. But if they tell you the opposite, this is a good thing about certain people. I love people that actually can give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. I don't want nobody to give me just the good and the bad. Oh, well, if you do this, this will be the good part. If you do this, it'll be the bad part. I want the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Mm.
I want to know what's gonna be the problem if I mess up fully. I want to know. Be like, well, if you do this, man, I'm just letting you know you're gonna be heartbroken. Like
Also, there's also another study that basically
facts,
says that
facts. Keep mama and dad, auntie out here, and your uncle, cause they gonna snitch on you. Cause my uncle snitched on me. Your uncle will
this
snitch
is
on you.
this is super like it's not random, but apparently there's a study that shows that links cheating to emotional instability.
Cheating
There's a
leads to what?
There's a study that links cheating to emotional instability.
yep.
Okay, that's understandable.
There's like and also a not very high IQ. They said that a person who cheats typically they have emotional instability and a lower I guess their self esteem is low or something. It's a way. There was a lack of self or something like that. Basically,
Okay, I can put that together. Okay. Yeah. Look, he got his hand in.
I've never cheated. If y'all can believe that,
Maybe, I don't know.
I said it here first.
cheated.
Mm.
He said he never cheated.
She believe me. The person in the comments.
Well, let me ask y'all this then. So the people who really don't show emotion or don't know how or either don't want to, do you think that's something that can be taught?
As a person like that, you can no.
Why would you teach somebody that what?
I don't. I don't believe a person. I don't believe someone can teach you that. I do believe that you can over time overcome it by opening up a little bit more. But I don't believe that it can be taught. Like for instance, myself, I do have. Like I said, I do struggle with expressing myself in an emotional standpoint, and I still struggle with it. But and it opens itself up as an emotional, like an aggressive outburst. So no one can teach me that. I just kind of like try to control myself a little bit more from being so angry, but I don't think people can teach you how to be emotional or how to share your emotions. I do believe a partner can unlock that for you, but not necessarily teach you.
Mm-hmm.
Like
You
if
gonna say something about that, Qupid? I'm just reading what Troll said. They have to be willing to open experience what it feels like to
Oh,
get
I'm sorry. I'm
married.
trying to order my pizza.
True. True.
So like if you had a partner and basically like they can tell your characteristics. They know when you feel a certain thing. They can tell like your actions. And they asked you, like they sat you down and was like, hey, I know you're feeling this type of way. Come talk to me. Then that could
Hmm.
be you opening up a little bit, but that's not necessarily teaching. It's just them kind of like guiding you to water, but they not making you drink. You're drinking yourself because they know what to do.
Makes sense. Is that that's a guide troll? Why you looking like that, cute?
Oh, I was about to say out. I had
Because he
something in
done
my
lost
head that
the
I wanted to say something, but it didn't come out. Like it was like I was speaking in my brain, but it wasn't coming out of my mouth. I don't know what was going on. Um, doggy. Mm, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm over here mad because I can't order my pizza. Uh,
That means it wasn't meant for you to have.
But
I'm gonna
eventually,
have
if someone keeps doing it, eventually you're going to talk, especially if you care about that person. Just like I ask my daughter every day, how is school? Why? Because one day she's going to tell me, oh my goodness, school was horrible. But for right now, since she's little, she just tells me school was okay. But I ask her every day because I'm opening the floor for her to be able to basically express herself to me.
stop
So
asking
you
me.
been repetition with
Stop
them to
asking me
keep
how work.
unlocking the emotions or doing better.
Stop asking me how work was. It's the same as every day. Hot. The hot.
Okay, I remember that. Next time I won't ask you that no more. How was work?
Mm.
Right?
Hot.
Right?
So when I don't ask, and he says, "You ain't gonna ask me how my day was," no, because you said not to. It's the same. Hot.
Okay. All right. I see how it is. All right. You can ask me how I'm doing.
But I do feel like there
I'm
are
assuming you
definitely
hot.
He's gonna get mad. He's gonna get mad.
Yeah.
Why didn't
Okay.
you ask me how work was? Because you said it's
So he
cool.
hot. So if you say work was hot, I'm gonna assume you hot. I was like,
Just
oh
sit.
man, give me this pizza.
Hmm. All right. I want to thank everybody for coming out to Dear Cupid tonight. This has been season 8, episode 5 of Letter E, Emotion. Um,
No damage.
like I said, this is alphabets of love. We're breaking down each letter of the alphabet every week. If you want like to be a part of the show, you can contact Queen B in her inbox. Her inbox on here or Instagram. You can contact me, but mainly her because she's the one that gonna put it together.
The
Because I
Instagram
mean,
is in the bio, by the way, y'all.
mhm. And like I said, we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna joke. We're gonna be mad at each other because everybody have their own opinion. But like I said, if you don't know your love language, you can also take that love language quiz. It take about 5 to 10 minutes. If you don't know your love language, we'll be glad to help you understand that even more. And make sure you fave Queen B Virgo vibes in the box over there. Even though Leos are better, but make sure you fave Kiwi. She says she's the best fruit. She's not an orange. She's not a pineapple. She's not an apple, and she's not a what's another
Watermelon.
fruit? Watermelon, mango. She's a kiwi because I'm a banana.
I'm, I quit. I
But
quit. For the record,
like I
I just
said, this
started
is
eating kiwis too because I didn't like them as a kid.
I want to eat a kiwi too,
I
but
can't eat too many. The best way to eat them is let them sit out for a day, and then they won't be as acidic.
Oh,
Don't put
but
them
like
in the
I said,
refrigerator. Leave them out.
oh okay.
did you know you can eat a whole kiwi? You can eat the hair on the top of it too.
Refuse. But there are some smaller kiwis that you can eat whole that don't have hair.
That's what she said. But like I said, this has been Dear
Hold on, wait a minute. You always forget my quote.
Oh yeah. Queen B has a quote for you guys, and she's gonna
I
be
ain't
doing it
got one
next
this
week
week.
too.
I'm just playing. I got one for real. You always forget my quote. I be looking up quotes and stuff. Now just for
Even
that, I'm
though,
finna say every last quote from the letter A on down to E. Look, I'm just playing. I just got one for E. So my quote for this week, y'all, is your emotions make you human. Even the unpleasant ones have purpose. Don't lock them away. If you ignore them, they just get louder and angrier.
Now I'm looking at pizzas. I love your quote, by the way.
Thank you.
Your emotions get louder and angrier. I heard you. Yeah, y'all thought I can. Oh yeah, I can multitask. You heard me? Yeah.
Multi.
Thank y'all for coming to Dear Cupid every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am thinking about this pizza because I'm mad because I wanted pizza and now I can't get it.
That's because you was gonna put pineapple on the pizza. That's why.
No, I was getting the meat lovers, and don't say to pineapple on a pizza. It goes on the pizza.
Ew, disgusting. That's nasty.
Pineapple does not go on pizza, just like sugar does not go on rice.
Wait, what?
I said pineapple does not go on pizza, just like sugar does not go on rice. People put sugar in their rice.
Pineapple actually does go on a pizza. It's called a Hawaiian pizza.
Well, Hawaiian pizza is
I'm pretty sure they don't eat pineapple on their pizzas in Hawaii.
That's where it originated from. Pineapple and chicken on a pizza is from Hawaii. Hello. Like I said, this has been Dear Cupid.